Welcome back, everyone, to the interviews of the European Livestock Voice, now in collaboration with the EAP, the European Federation of Animal Science. Today we have with us Dr. Istvan Komlosi from Hungary. I trained with the pronunciation before starting to record the video. And welcome, doctor. How are you?
Fine, thanks. The weather is mild, and hopefully this rainy weather will last for a long time, because we didn't have rain for a long time. And we are getting to worry about the drought in the summer, because the fodder for the animal, and of course the plants and the plant production, so they suffer a lot. Well, and as animal breeders, we also need to adapt.
Yeah, I thought you were calling from the ISS, from the International Space Station, but I was wrong. So I was wondering why it's not raining there in space. No, seriously, welcome. Nice to have you here. I hope it's raining in Hungary, as you say so, that it's raining enough. And please, if you want to introduce yourself, it's better, I think.
Okay. I am the head of the Institute Animal Science, Biotechnology, and Biodiversity at the University of Debrecen in Hungary. And Hungary was one of the founding members of the AAP. And okay. 6 years ago, because there were many structural changes in Hungary, institutional structural changes, it was difficult to find an organization which could represent Hungary and also pay the fee, the yearly fee. And thanks to the secretarial management of the AEP, they were keen us to rejoin the AEP. A university consortium has been established. Veterinary Science University in Budapest and other universities as well. And they asked us to take the leading role in this consortia. And I represent as a university representative of Hungary at the AEP meeting and in the organization.
Okay. Oh, that's great to remind, because as I take the opportunity to remind the people listening that the EAP, the European Federation of Animal Science, gave us the possibility to get in touch with with many of their experts. It's a network of thousands of scientists and experts, and you, Doctor, is one of them. And thank you for telling your connection with the EAP. You are, as far as I know, an expert in animal breeding, basically, and genetic improvement. So I go directly to the first question, and I ask you something pretty important for the European consumers, decision makers, for everyone. How can animal breeding and genetic improvement help reduce the use of medicines in livestock farming and improve animal welfare?
Okay, the first we could start with biosecurity. That is actually that would be the cheapest. To take control of the transportation, animal movement, and any unwanted animals on the farm, rather than the breeding animals.
Okay.
So this is the first. And the other one, of course, roughly 20 years ago, the so-called precision livestock farming started. First started in the plant breeding, plant production, and later it was introduced in the livestock farming as well. And this is monitoring the farm, the behavior of the animal, and not only the behavior, but from the behavior you could have a lot of indicators of the health status and the welfare status of the animal. So there are devices which can monitor the irregular behavior of an animal. And there are many data behind it. And from this irregular behavior, a health problem can be predicted some days before, even that gets into a serious stage where you can also interfere with some medicine.
So as far as I understand, sorry if I interrupt you, now precision livestock farming is a big part of your job. I mean, it's very much connected with
yeah, actually, that is also, as an animal scientist, we should take and we should follow the trend, the new trend as well. But originally, I am a quantitative geneticist. I studied in Australia, in the UK. So originally, the part of my job was designing breeding programs. And you asked about using less antibiotics. So to prevent any diseases, but there is the animal part as well, where we can increase the immunity of the animal. There are examples in dairy cattle. I don't know whether I can name it, but in Canada, an artificial insemination company designed a tool to detect the region in the chromosome which is responsible largely for the immunity. And they sell the semen and select the animals for this gene sequence, and they sell the name and sell the semen as a immunity plus. So if we inseminate our cows with these immunity plus carriers, the daughters and the descendants will have an enhanced immunity.
Okay.
So these two parts, the management, the technology, prevent any unwanted diseases, and the other one, monitoring the animal, not letting the animals to be sick, and also to have an improved immune system of the animal. And the other one, we should also take care of controlling the environment, I mean the temperature, and also the quality of the water, and also the quality of the feed. So because there are there could be some toxins in the feed, and if the animal get an unhealthy feed, that decreases the health status and the animal, and it will be more sensitive to any diseases. So these are the tools.
Okay, so all these things are helping to reduce medicines, reduce antibiotics, improve the immunity of animals through genetics and precision livestock farming. Basically, that's the point. Okay, and what about hormones? Because I'm sorry, I ask you something very banal for sure for you, but we know that hormones are growth hormones are forbidden in Europe since decades. But I was reading no more than 2 days ago again on the social media that animals nowadays, livestock is growing fast because of hormones. So can you tell us once and for all why, I mean, how nowadays animals are growing faster than the past?
Yeah. So using hormones in livestock production is banned in Europe and in the European Union before in 1981. So it's forbidden to use hormones. And why the animals are growing faster? I also touched, there are two parts, the genotype, the genetic basis, and the environment. When we see the animal or measure any trait on the animal, that is the phenotype. And the phenotype is a composition of the genotype and the environment. And you can improve the phenotype of the animal, the body weight and the milk production, by improving the genotype. That means by selection, selecting the best which is suitable for the market demand, and also supporting with the nutrition and with the management, as I already told. And in the genetics, we use nowadays, we can say that in every intensive breed, the genomic selection. That means we identified the parts of the chromosomes which are responsible for a specific trait and a special level of trait, and using a tissue sample from the ear notch or from the hair of the animal, within some weeks, we can detect whether that gene variety is present in the animal or not. And we can select those animals rather than before the animal could show the trait, let's say before a heifer is mated and getting to milk, the calf just some weeks old, and we can predict how much milk that animal would give if it turns to milking. So genomic selection is a large tool nowadays, and increases very much the genetic information and the genetic progress. And roughly, the advancement in phenotype increase nowadays mainly made by genomic selection. And of course, nutritional companies, they search continuously for the right amount of amino acids and minerals. So the nutrition is based on so-called limiting animal acids, cysteine and methionine and these type of amino acids, and they are shown on the recipe. And these feed are suitable for a certain age group because the tissues in the animal grows at different stages, and they require different amount of protein and energy and different composition of proteins. So and also what improved the hygienic environment of the animal. So these three, and I advise to the students when they visit a farm, first they should look at the hygiene of the farm. That is the most important. Whether the biosecurity is kept in a strict manner. That first, the biosecurity. The second one is the nutrition. What about the quality of the silage? And the last one is looking at the records, the milking records, and also meantime looking at the animal before getting the record, looking at the animal, whether the animals are dirty or they are very sad or tamed, or they do not feel happy. So if the animals they do not their fur, their hair is not shine, their eyes, you can see whether the animal is healthy from the eyes. And so look at the animal and later the records.
Okay, and the that's also connected, of course, to the, we say that often that animal welfare, so the good conditions of animals is also leading to good products. So it's in the interest of everyone to keep animals healthy and in good conditions. And so you basically, you say that you spoke about efficiency, productivity, immunity, improved animal health, animal welfare, but is animal breeding or also, of course, genetic improvement affecting the environmental impact of livestock? If yes, how?
Yes, because of the social concern. The animal breeders also needed to include these traits in the breeding objectives, using less resources. Because if an animal requires less resources, that means it has got less environmental impact or footprint. We breed for feed efficiency. And there is a parameter called residual feed intake. So the animal shouldn't eat more what that certain body weight and age needs it for that certain production. And so we breed for residual feed intake. And the one, so because the largest cost and what has got the largest environment impact is the food, feed of the animal. And the other one, I already mentioned this company, this company combined the genomic selection and the methane emission. They measured the methane emission of the individual animal, and they traced the gene sequence which is responsible for the methane emission, and they use genomic selection for decrease the methane emission of the animal. So these tools, there are genetic tools, and of course there are nutritional tools. There are also experiments to look for which are the more suitable forage for the animal to produce less methane.
Well, quite a lot. So through genetic improvement, it's not only about exploiting animals, produce more and make more profit, as many like to say, but it's about reducing their environmental impact, improving their welfare and health, and it's much more. So thank you, Professor. I'd like to speak much more about that,
Okay.
and we will do that because I know that you have much more to talk about, also considering your experience and expertise. But let's wrap it up. Let's keep it short like that for the time being. And thank you again for your availability. And I'm pretty sure we will hear each other again.
Thanks so much, Andrea. It was my pleasure.
See you soon. Take care.
See you soon. Bye-bye.